This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 1324 North Broadway, Santa Maria, California, 93454. Today is October 28th, 2025. We're performing a video waste and sewer line inspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located just in the middle of the 3 units. There is a 4-inch mainline riser coming up, and we're running from there. So again, we did push all the way out to approximately 64 feet 8 inches on the camera monitor, and we did mark this area. This is heading out towards the front of the building, towards the restaurant and towards the home structure, and we did mark this area with a red orange dot of paint on the asphalt. And again, we did push out to this point, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull back. We did run some water from some of the units on the right hand side when you come in, unit 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We ran water from there, as well as we ran water from the middle units, 91 and so on, in the 3 middle units. And we can see that all the water was passing through. It's coming in from behind us. So we do know that these units here are tied into that area. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to pull back from here. And again, we are in vitreous clay sewer piping. And again, the vitreous clay sewer piping, it is period of the property. It's all original clay piping. So again, we'll just continue to pull back. And again, as I mentioned, we are in vitreous clay sewer piping. And again, all the vitreous clay sewer piping thus far is period of the property. And again, it is running out towards the front, towards the restaurant, and more towards the home structure there. We did mark it. And again, in order to make it out pretty much any farther, due to the locations and the condition of the pipe, we would definitely need some additional cleanouts along the area, service cleanouts along the area. So again, you can still see a little bit of remainder water running by. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull back all the way back towards our cleanout. And then once we get back towards our cleanout, we're going to run some more water through some of the other units throughout and see what else is tied into this line here, this main sewer line. So again, we'll just continue to pull back from here. Again, as we pull back a little bit, you can see we still got some standing water in the vitreous clay sewer piping, and then we come up, kind of come out of that belly area there. We're holding some water in that area. But again, water is passing through. We did, again, push out to approximately 163 feet, and we didn't see any root intrusions. We're making a little bit of a turn. We're going to pull back slowly, just a little bit. And you can see this, possibly a tie-in, so we're going to push in just a little bit. So again, we're gonna pause here for a moment. We did make a turn, and again, as we pull back, this area here could very well be possibly our main city sewer. We did make a little bit of a turn here, and it does have what appears to be an opening. So again, we're just gonna go ahead and pause for a moment. Okay, we did locate this area, and it's just behind the restaurant, in that parking lot area, just behind the restaurant. So what we did is we went into the restaurant itself and flushed a few toilets in the restaurant. We're just going to verify if any water's passing through. So again, we're just going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we did give it a few minutes to wait to see if we see any water passing through. So this very well could just be a transition, possibly a Y fitting on its side. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. Again, we are in vitreous clay sewer piping, and again, we're heading back towards our clean out in between the two structures, or the middle structures here. Again, the vitreous clay sewer piping thus far appeared to be in fair condition. Again, no visible signs of any root intrusions or any breaks. It does got some debris and does have some buildup. It doesn't quite have any accessibility to have the line flushed or cleaned, but again, some clean outs may be installed and these areas could be maintained. So again, as we continue to pull back, we're in vitreous clay sewer piping. So again, as I mentioned, we are in vitreous clay sewer piping. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back. Okay, as we continue to pull back, you can see an opening here right around the 9 o'clock area. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to run some water. Okay, again, as we mentioned, we do have a tie-in in this area. So we are running water in the units as you come in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on down the line. And this does appear to be one of the tie-ins for possibly starting from unit number 8 going over. We know number 5 comes in, 5, 6, 7 comes in from behind and runs out towards the house that's on the right-hand side as you enter the property. And again, does appear to be a tie-in coming from the other units. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to pull back. We did mark with an orange dot of paint. Again, you can see the tie-in there. We are still in vitreous clay sewer piping. So again, we'll just continue to pull back. And again, we're going to push back in just a little bit. And you can see here right around the 3 o'clock area, we have another opening. We're going to flush the toilets on the units here in the center, and we're just going to see if these are tied into this area, or possibly it could be the units that are further all the way at the end that are tied in as well. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we're going to, as I mentioned, we'll pause here. We're going to run some water from the units that are on the, as you enter the property, on the left-hand side. And we're going to turn on several units there, turn on some water, and see what we get coming in from that tie-in. And as well, we're flushing a little bit of water coming in from the center units as well. That should be coming in from behind us. So again, we're just going to pause for a moment. Okay, again, we went ahead and marked this area as well. And it does appear to be a tie-in. We are running water from that side, but nothing appears to be passing through. So again, we're going to continue to pull back. We can still see some water just in front of us. That's coming from the units 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That water there is coming in from that tie-in there. So again, we are in vitreous clay sewer piping. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to pull back. What we'll do is we'll pull back, and then we're going to relocate ourselves towards the rear of the property. There's two more main cleanouts at the rear, and we're going to go double check those areas, try to verify what's passing through in those areas. But again, as I mentioned, we are in vitreous clay sewer piping. It does have some buildup, does have scaling throughout. So again, we'll continue to pull back. It appeared to be a spoon. And again, you can see some more buildup. There's a lot of dirt and debris here. And a lot of that dirt and debris there is from when they put in the clean out. You just have some dirt and debris there at the bottom of it. So again, we're going to pull up and out of this clean out. And again, this is our clean out here. We're just going to clear our camera lens a little bit. And this is our clean out here that we ran through in between the center unit. There's a 4-inch ABS riser here. This goes towards the rear of what appears to be a soccer field. This goes out towards the front, heading up towards the restaurant and the front wall there. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment and relocate ourselves towards the rear of the property. Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to the end of the soccer field, just out in front of what appears to be 36, 37, 38 unit. And we're in the artificial grass area. We do have what appears to be a bullhorn, one going towards the sewer and one heading out towards the front of the property. And this is our 4-inch mainline sewer clean out here. And this goes towards our units here, the 36, 37, 38. This is our bullhorn here. That's heading back towards those two units. And that runs all the way out towards the front of the property where we initially ran through the 4-inch clean out. What we're going to do is we're going to stub in here, and again, we've been running water in multiple units, trying to identify possibly tie-ins, things like that. It is very difficult. We did have some toilets removed and pushed through some of the cast iron closet flanges and attempt to get into the cast iron piping. A little difficult with the sweeps on the cast iron and no accessibility as far as cleanouts go. So again, we're just going to zero out here, and we're going to drop down. We're just going to take a good look. Again, we are in what appears to be white PVC sewer piping. And again, we do have water running. So again, these are the units that are behind us. So we do have a shower running in unit 32, as well as in unit 39. We have showers running. So again, we're just going to utilize that water and take a good look at the what appears to be white PVC sewer piping. And again, there's a tie-in there. So again, we're going to pull back just a little bit. We're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to mark this area. Okay, again, we're going to go ahead and continue to push out. Again, we are running water in unit 29, 32, and 36, 37, 38. We're running water in those areas, and just all that water seems to be passing through. So again, we're just going to continue to push out. And what we'll do is we'll push all the way out towards the 3 units in the middle, and we'll just take a good look at everything and possibly identify if we have any more tie-ins, and then from there we'll pull back, we'll shut all our water down, we'll pull back and take a good look. So again, you can see this area got a little bit of a belly, but again, we'll know more when we pull back. Right now we're just going to utilize the water to help us push out. So we're going to pause our mic here. Okay, as we continue to push out, you can see that we are holding some water in this area. And again, it does appear to be possibly a belly. Having a little bit difficult time passing through this. We are approximately 120 feet out. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to shut all our water down, and then we'll locate this area. Okay, again, we went ahead and located this area. We did shut all our water down, and we located in the middle of the soccer field. There's a 6-inch mainline sewer clean out in the middle of there. And what we do is we're going to attempt to cut that area open and get in and see what's holding us up here. As we pull back a little bit, you can see as we pull back, see you got some debris, and then we're holding water. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back. All our water shut off. So again, it does appear that we do have an offset in that area there that's holding back water. So again, we'll continue to pull back, continue to pull back. And again, all our water's off. And again, you can see that we're still holding some water. So again, you got a lot of debris. And as we pull back, we come up and out of that belly. So a good 20 feet of pipe there. It appears to be pulled back and holding water. Again, you can see that other clean out there at the top. We did open another clean out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull back from here, and we're going to attempt to push through an additional 4-inch clean out in the middle of the soccer field. So we're going to pause our mic here. So as we pull back, we're going to push in just a little bit. As we continue to pull back, there is other tie-ins that are in the area. You can see there another opening there around the 9 o'clock area. There's an opening. That is a tie-in, and those are coming in from the units on the right-hand side of the property. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back. All the other water coming in from the units at the very rear all appear to be coming in from behind us. So we're just going to pull back from here. we'll do is we'll come up and out of this clean out as we pull back, and then we're going to go up the line. We'll go towards the units and see if we could possibly get in that area. So again, we're going to make a little bit of a turn. We're going to come up and out of the clean out, and then again we're going to go through an additional clean out that's just in the front of it. We're going to go through there. There's another 4-inch, and it does appear to be a two-way, which means we can go towards the unit. So again, we're just going to drop down. We'll zero out here at the edge of the clean out. Oops. And we're just going to drop down, and we'll just go head towards the units. And again, this is heading towards unit 25, 26, 27, in between 28, 29. And again, we're just going to run up the line a little bit, and we're just going to check and see how far up the line we can go. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. This does appear to be your cast iron waistline 2 white PVC sewer pipe tie-in. So we're going to mark this area as well.
Okay. Well, at least water doesn't tend to flow up in. What happened no matter what.
So again, we went ahead and marked this area with an orange dotted paint. And again, we're just outside of unit 37, in between 37 and 38, and we did mark it with it. Huh?
39 is still on.
It's fine. And then we just marked it with an orange dotted paint there. And that area there is our cast iron waistline 2 white PVC transition. So again, we're going to mark this area. So again, we'll go ahead and continue to pull back from here. And again, we're able to see the white PVC sewer piping. What we're going to do is pull back from here. We'll relocate ourselves to the middle of the soccer field, and we're going to attempt to push all the way through and see if we obviously can identify more tie-ins. So again, we're going to come up and out of the clean out, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to pause here for a moment, relocate ourselves. Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to the middle of the soccer field. And again, this is the area where we're holding water. We did have an area where we had a little tough time getting passed by and was holding water. So again, we pulled back. We opened up this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull back. We'll show you this here. This is our 6-inch clean out here. And again, this goes towards the front of our property, and this goes towards the rear, where we're just at, where the vans are. And so again, we're just going to zero out here at the edge of this clean out. And what we'll do is we'll drop down and see if we can get past whatever the obstruction is. It does appear to be a one-way clean out. And again, we drop right back down. You can see got some dirt, some debris. Possibly when they laid the new sewer down, they possibly got some dirt and debris in the line, which just needs to be possibly hydrojetted and get some of that dirt and debris pushed out. You can see we transitioned into black ABS sewer piping. So we went from white PVC sewer piping to black ABS sewer piping. So again, we're just going to pause the mic here and we'll continue to push out. As we push out, you can see that we transition from black ABS sewer pipe to vitreous clay sewer piping. So we're going to pause for a moment. We're going to mark this area. How deep did you say? Okay, we went ahead and located this area at 3 foot 7 inches deep, and we're attempting to put a red flag in that area, and that's our transition from black ABS sewer pipe to vitreous clay sewer piping. So again, we're going to continue to push out. A bit of debris, a little bit of a belly in this area. You can see a little bit of water holding, but again, nothing major. The camera diameter is approximately inch and a half in diameter, inch and 3/4 in diameter, and the camera sits in the center of that. So we're just kind of holding some water in this area as a little flat spot. Now we just went completely black. We get a little bit of a belly in that area. You can still see you're holding some water. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we're going to continue to push a little bit more, get out towards see if we can possibly get out towards or clean out. We're just about 5 feet short of the clean out. Again, this clean out here is in between the 3 units in the middle. Okay, we're going to pause here. All right, Chris, we're going to stop here. We're out. So we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and we are at the clean out in between the 3 little units in the middle. So there is a 4-inch riser coming up, and there's a clean out there. So we're right at that point, right at that tie-in. You can see that you're holding quite a bit of water and debris. We had a good section of belly. Initially, it's just a smaller belly, but now we're holding quite a bit of debris and buildup in there. Again, it could just be possibly the dirt and stuff from when they installed this. So again, we're just going to pull back from here. And again, you can see we pull back. We're still sitting in water. And what we'll do is we're just going to pause the mic here. Can't see very much under the water. Again, we would recommend having the line hydrojetted and to help flush out any of the debris, any of the dirt buildup, and get it all flushed out into the city sewer. So again, we're just going to pause our mic here. Okay, as we continue to pull back, you can see we're still holding water and buildup in this area, and you can see where it does appear that we're in what appears to be vitreous clay. So again, we're still underneath the driveway portion of that soccer field. We'll transition back into black ABS right around 60 feet, 71 feet. So right around here, we're going to transition back into black ABS sewer pipe. And we do have water running coming through. A lot of this water coming through is coming from the home inspector that's going through the units. And again, as he goes through the units, a lot of this water is passing through. So again, we're just going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back and see if we could possibly identify a tie-in. As we pull back, we transition back into, again, black ABS plastic. You have another opening there. And again, that's at the soccer or in the soccer field there. There's a few openings here in the field. Again, we'll continue to pull back. And again, like I mentioned, we are in black ABS. So again, we're just going to keep pulling back and see if we possibly can see a tying connection, but we haven't seen one yet. But again, we're just going to continue to pull back. Again, heading back towards our clean out opening. And we'll push in just a little bit. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to shut our water down and see if we can see any of this water stopping. But we do, again, have long runs, a lot of water being ran around throughout the facility or throughout this area here. And we're just trying to verify certain things to see if we can identify certain tie-ins and what's feeding what. So again, we're just going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we're going to pull back. And again, we do have some residual water running. So again, everything's still coming in from behind us. So the units on the right-hand side or the left-hand side when you're coming in are not tied into this that we can see so far. So again, we're just going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to the rear left-hand corner of the property, right at the corner of, looks like Orchid and McLean Street, and we're right in the grass area. And this is our 4-inch clean out here. It did have a sewer, appears to be a some sort of a sewer popper cap on the top of it, but that's our 4-inch clean out buried in the grass there. This goes out towards the street. This is our street signs here. We're right at the corner. And again, this is our structure here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to drop down and see if we can get it to go out towards the street. So we're going to zero out here. Okay, we're able to get pushed out. Again, it does have some debris, but we're just gonna we'll just continue to push out and see if we can, how far out we can make it. Again, it does appear that we're kind of holding some water in this area as well. So we're gonna pause for a moment. All right, we're going to pull back. We pushed out about 10 feet, but it goes right into a bunch of debris. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back from here and see if we can get our camera lids. You can see that we cleared up here, but you still got a lot of debris here. We did see some root intrusions as well. Some roots were laying in there when we first pushed out. So again, we're going to pull back from here, and we're just going to kind of dangle right over the top of our hole, and we're going to run some water and see if we could possibly identify if there's any water if it's being fed this direction, which part of the structure is being passed through. So we're going to pause here. Okay, what we'll do is we'll pause here for a moment. We're going to start flushing some water throughout the units. So again, we're going to pull back just a little bit. Got a little more debris in this area. So what we did is we were able to switch the camera, and we got it to go up the line and possibly going up the cast iron waste line. So again, we're going to just continue to push a little bit. We got a little bit of a belly there. And again, there we go. We come up and out of that belly. Again, we're in what appears to be cast iron waistline. And we're just going to push back, and we'll push back as far as we can to see where we're at. And then we'll do is we'll attempt to locate it and see if we can locate where the line is running from. You can still see some water, residual water. We'll pull back just a little bit. Looked like we had a tie in there. Just a little bit more. And nope, it was just a dark spot on the pipe. So again, we'll just continue to push out. There's some debris in this area. Now we're gonna pull back a little bit, and we'll just pull back just a bit. Again, the line you can see went dry. Again, initially we had some water running, and now the line looked like it went dry. So we're gonna pull back just a little bit. And right about here, we're going to pause for a moment. We'll see if we can locate this. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it's on the rear left-hand corner of the property, on the rear cluster of units. Again, on that rear left-hand corner, it all seems to be tied into this area here. We're at the end of the line here. This here makes a 45 and goes up towards the roof vent. So again, we're going to pull back from here, and again, we are in cast iron waistline. All the cast iron waistline, you can see the tie-ins, the openings there. Those are coming in from our units. And again, there you can see that unit tied in. And then got a little bit of a belly in these areas. I would recommend digging this up and possibly putting a two-way bullhorn in here. That way you're able to easily access the line underneath the units all the way, kind of an easy sweep to make the turns, to transition into it. So again, right now it's a one-way, and it's a little difficult to make the turns. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back. And what we'll do is we'll pull back, and we'll see if we can possibly pull out and possibly push out into the city sewer and see if we can see what the lateral looks like. So again, we do know that the whole cluster of units on the rear left-hand corner all tie into this clean out here at the rear. It all goes out towards the street, again on the rear left-hand corner. And again, as we continue to push out, our pull back, you can see we still have some water. Again, we did have a lot of water running to try to get volumes of water to pass through. And again, you can see these areas, the water still seems to be passing through. So again, we're going to continue to pull back. And heading back towards our clean out. And once we reach our clean out, we will pull up and then we'll zero out at the top and see if we can possibly get it to go out towards the city sewer, maybe push all the way out to our city sewer. So again, we pulled up and out of our clean out. We're just going to wipe the lens off a little bit. Got a little debris on the lens. And we're going to zero out here at the top of our clean out again. Okay, now we got our camera lens clear. We'll zero out here, and we'll just drop down and see if we can possibly push out and see if we can push out towards the city sewer. Again, we did get some water running, so hopefully that will help us get out. So we're going to pause our mic here. Okay, as we drop down, a little difficult to make that sweep on that turn, and it does appear that the sewer line is backed up. You can see water coming back up the line. We did run a lot of water, and as you can see that water holding up in these areas. So again, we're just going to attempt to see if we can. You can see as we push out, you can see that we're underwater here, and it's becoming a little difficult to pull. It's a little restricting on our camera lens. As we pull and we pull back, we can feel that it's being kind of restricted by something. So again, we can't see what it is, so we're not going to continue to push any further. We don't want to get our camera stuck under the ground. So again, we are at approximately 9 feet 6 inches, which just is underneath the sidewalk, and that is our property line to lateral transition, where we're transitioning into our lateral, and it does appear that we do have some sort of obstruction. So you can see a little bit of water passing through, but as well as we do have an obstruction. So again, we're going to pull back. Again, these lines would possibly need to be hydrojetted, cleaned out, and then re-inspected, especially the lateral portion out in the street. The waistline, the cast iron waistline, and the short section of ABS that's out here at the end of the property appears to be in fair condition. Need to be cleaned out, probably flushed and cleaned, but again, the lateral portion appeared to have some sort of obstruction. So we're going to pull up and out of our clean out here, and we're going to pause here for a moment.
And that will conclude our video sewer inspection.